You know? This attitude of theirs, Allah Azza wa Jal flips the equation and says, you, as much as you've taken advantage of Allah's attribute of love towards you, favor towards you, gift towards you, you've completely ignored the relationship of fear towards Him. That needs to be highlighted. And the more drastic a measure Allah takes is an indication of how drastically far they've gone. This is a scared straight program. So, خُذُوا مَا آتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ. Now Allah has not done that with us, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah didn't do this with this ummah. That's actually an indication that, one, inshallah, we're not that bad. That hopefully we're not that bad. Because when need be, Allah will do this. When need be, He will scare a people straight. وَاذْكُرُوا مَا فِيهِ. And remember what is in it. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So that you may be protected, so you may be safe. Usually when you say taqwa, safe of the displeasure of Allah, protect yourself, be righteous, be pious. But in this ayah, so you may protect yourself from getting crushed, because I will crush you. The mountain's hovering above them. You better watch it. Basically, Allah's had enough. خُذُوا مَا آتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ. And you better remember what's in it. Now in these words, we are learning the relationship that a deteriorated believing nation has to have with their book. Let me say that phrase again so it echoes in your head. What is the guidance for a deteriorated believing nation so that they can be protected? خُذُوا مَا آتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ وَاذْكُرُوا مَا فِيهِ. Hold on to what I have given you, what we've granted you, with great might. What has Allah given us? Quran. The way they were supposed to hold on to Tawrat, we are supposed to hold on to Quran. And holding on to something with great might, what in the world does that mean? Quran is never going to be a casual read for you and me. We're going to pore over every word, and we're going to hold on to this guidance, and we're going to try to understand it to the best of our ability, and then see the world through it as though this is the only guide for our survival. I didn't share with you the concept of a taswir al-fanni fil Quran al-Kareem, artistic depiction in the Quran. One of the most beautiful images in the Quran is in the first ayat of Baqarah. I didn't share it with you, I'll share it with you now. This is a good occasion to share it. When Allah says, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, you can actually turn that into a picture. That's actually a painting. Let me show you how. Imagine for a moment that you are on a journey. It's dark and dangerous. You're up on top of a cliff somewhere. One wrong step and what's going to happen? You're down. You're done. You're gone. Now, in every step you take, you're being extra what? You're being extra cautious. But you cannot be cautious unless you have some light. Some light. And or some direction being offered to you. Somebody says, you can't even see for yourself. You're being told, turn left and take 3 steps. Are you sure? Yeah, just take 3 steps. Don't take 4, because you get killed. Just take 3. Okay. The person whose directions you're going to follow, you can't have any doubts in it. If you want to protect yourself, you're going to have to follow the guidance without any doubts. لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. The idea of holding on to guidance with all your might and following it as closely as you possibly can, because if you veer off the path, you're going to, irda, what's literally the Quran calls irda, or taradda, falling off a cliff. That's the image described of someone who loses guidance. Literally falling off a cliff. Habata. They descended. That's not the position we want to be in. So just looking to the Book of Allah for counsel on every turn, at every occasion, that's the relationship the Israelites were asked for. And then they were told, وَاذْكُرُوا مَا فِيهِ. And mention what is in it. It means 2 things. Remember what's in it, and also means mention what's in it. Why is that important? In this halaqah right now, people are watching live or they're going to watch a recording. You guys are sitting in the masjid, I'm talking. We're in the environment where we're remembering what he says. But then when we leave here, and we're home, and we're in the middle of an argument, or we're about to make a transaction online, or we're about to go drive somewhere to see certain friends, that's the time to remember it. Like right now, it's easy to remember. The time to remember it is when you need it. This is just so it can be reinforced in all the other non-masjid times, the non-Ramadan times. وَاذْكُرُوا مَا فِيهِ. Make mention of what is in it. And the beauty of our book, Allah made it easy to memorize. يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. So just you reciting Quran with reflection when you're driving, when you're walking around, when you're just doing nothing, just recite. Just recite. And you will remember the teachings of Allah and they'll come into your life. They'll make their way into life in places you wouldn't expect. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you may be safe. ثُمَّ تَوَلَّيْتُم مِّن بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ. Thereafter, you all turned back even after that had happened. This is actually one of the most amazing things I read on this subject. I had no idea. In the Hebrew